Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the second episode of Getting Started with Golang, featuring NeoVim as well as my dear friend Shobhit Nagpalji, who is a full stack engineer from Sapmancy working as a remote startup full stack engineer. So today we'll be diving deep into building the actual CLI tool. In the last episode, we have learned the basics of Golang, the fundamentals, how to declare variables, loops, how to actually give command line arguments, how to use switch statements, break statements, and everything. So we were getting little comfortable with it. But now in the second episode, we will be actually building a CLI tool. We'll be using Google, we'll be using AI tools if at all we need to figure out some things. We'll go by documentation, and Shobit is ready to guide us all. Shobit, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling excited actually getting someone into Golang and the Go ecosystem. Always a pleasure.
Yes, so let's begin. I also have, what do I say, man? I'm very happy since yesterday because I have actually configured my NeoVim again using NVChat. And today, it took me 2 to 3 hours to actually run the LSP using Rust Analyzer and Go. So yeah, it took me so long time. I don't know why. I was trying to figure it out, but finally, it worked. So
Okay,
let's
nice.
start. I guess I will go to my temp folder,
Hmm.
and I already have something, but let me make a new folder, I guess.
Hmm.
Let us get CLI tool, and let me cd into it. So as I remember, I guess we have to initialize a go mod to this. I guess this would be fine, or should I
Uh,
change?
okay. Now, when you're initializing a Go module, so Go mod it basically initializes a module, right? Now,
Yes,
this
yes,
link that we're giving it, github.com, it can either be a GitHub link, it can be a link on a website that you have, or it can be a folder name. So it depends on you how you want to initialize this module. So for now, if you're going to make a GitHub repository for this, then you can just give it the name of the GitHub repository. Hmm.
okay. I just give CLI tool in Go so that it creates a mod file,
Hmm.
and I guess now we have to make a main.go. What do you say?
Perfect.
Okay, let me make a, and let us do this. Yeah, boy. Yeah. So okay.
Nice.
So yeah. So first thing, okay, package. Okay, now package.main, or should I do package.cli too? Because this is
Package.main.
yeah. Because okay, because this is
Hmm.
our main. Okay.
So
So
main is
let's go.
just a entry point for the compiler, and it says that okay, whenever we're starting from this. This is the main file. This is the main function. So
Yeah. Yeah.
anytime we're in the main file or the main function, we basically write a package main on top, saying that this file belongs to the main module of the
Got
project.
it. Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so
So
now we'll start off by a simple hello world, and then we'll move on from there.
okay. So as far as I can remember, I have to import the
Perfect.
format sketch. Then I have to actually write a main function which accepts nothing at this point, and I guess format dot print, I guess ln, and I there I've saved the file. So let
Perfect.
me open terminal over there, and then go over here. Let me run go run main.go. Okay, everything
Hmm.
seems to run fine. Okay,
Nice.
it is fine.
Okay. So the objective of today is to make a to-do app, or at least start making a to-do app and make good progress in it.
Okay, okay, yeah.
So now
So
the way we work in like the Go ecosystem, what they recommend is there's no one way to do it. Like in Next.js or JavaScript, in general, you have some rules to do for some particular task, right? In Next.js, you
yes,
have it's a whole meta framework. So you have like server actions, you have API folder. It's very constricted to this is how you should do things. But with
right.
Go, you can technically do anything you want, but because you can do anything you want, it can create confusion. So the community, the Go ecosystem, the developers themselves, they have mentioned some particular guidelines that you can follow just to make your life easier as a developer. Okay.
Okay,
So this is where we will be using modules, the whole concept of modules in Go. So what we'll do is in our root folder that we have, we'll create an internal directory.
okay. So
Hmm.
can I name it anything? कुछ भी नाम दे दूं?
No, it's supposed to be called internal, And the reason
Oh,
for this is key, if you've seen Primogen ka stream, he will have a folder called PKG, which means packages, right? So all
yes,
the packages that he writes, he will put it in the PKG folder. The
right,
problem, if you want to call it a problem, is that these packages are public. So anybody can technically use his packages anywhere. Now, if it's of use for them, that's great. But sometimes you just want packages for your internal use. So what Go on their end did is that if you have a folder called internal, then this is a special name that the compiler will see and be like, okay, all your packages that are inside this folder are only going to be used in your project. No one else can import them on their project. So it's a private folder basically.
private folder. Okay.
Hmm.
I have two
So,
folders. Yeah.
so we have an internal folder. We'll go inside this folder now.
Okay.
Hmm. Now, from an abstract point of view, we will think of what does a CLI tool do, or at least if you're making a to-do app from the command line, what does it do? What are the things that it will have? So
Right.
it'll have a database in some sense,
Yes.
and then we will need to make a module or a package which handles all the commands or the sub commands,
Yeah.
right?
We need commands as well as we need a persistent storage like a DB.
Hmm. So assuming most of us are coming from web development, how do we
Yeah.
separate these things? We would, for example, if you're using an ORM, we would download some particular ORM package, right?
Right.
So what
Right.
this helps do is it helps create separation of concerns.
Right.
So over here, we're going to make one folder called DB and then another folder called, you can call it commands or you can call it whatever, to do, whatever you feel like.
Okay. Let me create a database folder
Hmm.
and let me create maybe functions is a good. What do you say?
Whatever you like.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Folders, functions.
Okay. Now, what we'll do is we'll go inside the functions folder first.
Okay. So I gotta go inside functions. Okay. Yes.
Over here, make a file called functions.go.
Okay. So okay, you have to make a file known as functions.go.
.go. Now you can name the file anything, but in general, it's just easier to name the file after the folder, at least the main file that you have your main content in. Otherwise, you can have a utils file. You can have some particular, sub file that's there, which depends on how you want to go about it. For now, we'll just simply make a functions.go. So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to create structs, which will help us basically write the commands or the functions, which will help us make the actual to-dos or remove the to-dos that we make to the CLI.
Okay. So I guess we have to go in it.
Now over here, what will be the package name?
This is main. This is very important.
Hmm.
This package name. Should it
What do you
be functions, package functions? Because
Why should it be package functions?
I guess because main is already existing, and I
Hmm.
think because we will write all those 1, 2, 3 CRUD functions, so this
Hmm.
all will form a module, and then we will import it, and then we will maybe.
Perfect.
Like,
Perfect.
okay,
So
nice.
we'll create. This is because we're creating a package, and we will be exporting either methods or structs from this package. In this file that we're making, it's part of the functions package, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're saying that this file should belong to the functions package. Simple.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a to-do struct and we're going to create a to-dos struct. Basically, one is the actual to-do itself, and the other can be the data structure that will contain all these different to-dos.
Okay, so one can be the actual structure of the to-do, and one can be the global carrier. Maybe like we make it carrier.
Hmm.
A carrier and a struct. So okay, so what do we need in a to-do?
Hmm.
Title,
Okay.
description,
Okay.
and I guess yeah. Let's start with that, and
Hmm.
let's build on it.
Okay.
So I
So
oh
the way we create a struct is, no, this is not C.
damn, this
so
is not okay. Damn.
so the way we create a struct is we'll write type. So type is a keyword,
Okay.
right? And then we're going to write the name of the struct. So in this case, it can be to do, capital T, small t, it depends on you.
Okay.
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 No, you don't have to call it to do struct. We'll just call it to do. Keep it nice and simple. And then after this, we'll write a keyword called struct.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Then we'll open this, and now you can write. Now the way we define a struct is what fields do we want in a struct, and then on
Hmm.
the right side we will put the data type of that particular field. So if a title
Okay.
will be a string, we will put title space string.
Okay. Title. Oh, space. Only space.
Hmm.
Comma is there? No
No.
commas. Damn, bro. No commas. Okay. Let me make this description and then
We will need an
in.
ID also.
Oh, right. UUID.
Uh,
Can
we can actually import a UUID module from Google,
okay.
but
I guess
we can
over.
do that in the future, Abhi. Like this is like just to make it simple, so we'll keep it like a int or something.
Okay,
Number is
made it
JavaScript.
number. Okay, number. Oh, what is this? I thought no. Int.
Int. That's it. Int.
Why was I doing I-32, man? Okay, int
Rust
also
mentioned.
there. Yeah, Rust
Hmm.
mentioned. And wait, this int thing. There,
Hmm.
the element gives so many things. So
Hmm. So when
normally
we
it is.
say int,
Yeah.
they will on the compiler then it's a default. I think it's 16 bits.
Okay.
So like that we'll have to cross check. But basically when we're saying int, we're saying by default it is this. If you want a very specific integer with specific space, then we'll do int 8 or int 32 or int 64. But usually int is fine. It's more than enough.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Got it. So now let us create a carrier. It's been 10 minutes, but I guess who are watching right now, what we did just now was that we just created a folder which is CLI tool, and then let me actually walk you through that. What did I create? So I went into my temporary folder and I just created a CLI tool folder where I initialized go.mod and main.go. Then, as Shobit told, we need an internal thing, which is a folder which is private to this project, so that
Hmm.
no one else can actually utilize for this project. Like it's a private class, you can say. Okay, so in that internal we have two folders. One is a database which will actually store everything. It may be like in database we may store like in a form of JSON or in a form of .exe. We'll figure it out. Then we have functions, which are the things which will actually implement the CLI tool, which are the CRUD operations: create, read, update, delete. And if I cat this, okay, I didn't save the file, so it is not showing it right now. But yeah, as you can see over here, yeah, this is what the functions is, and the package is functions. So here we are. Let's start with creating the carrier. I would
Hmm.
make it a carrier, and as I said, struct, and then okay, now this should carry. Okay, yeah, to
Basically
do's.
all the to dos.
Yeah, so to do like this. I
Uh,
don't, I don't
huh.
know how.
So the way we'll do is, see, on top we have the to-do struct. We'll follow the same pattern. So whatever name
Okay.
of the field that we want, and then the data type of the field. So we'll call it to-dos. So to-dos space, and then we'll have an array of to-do.
Yeah. Okay. So what? Yeah. You can repeat it again. Sorry.
So we have a to-do struct,
Yeah.
right? So the pattern over there is we have the field that we want, and then on the right hand side we have the data type of that particular field. So
Yes.
over here,
Yes. Yes.
what we'll do is, if we want to store all the to-dos, we'll have a to-dos. The name of the field will be called to-dos, and then on the right-hand side, it depends on what you want it to be. We could use a map, we could use an array. It depends on you. So what do you want to use, basically, Abhi?
Oh, what is best? What do you say? You tell. You tell. Let's. आप जो बोले सर बताइए क्या यूज
Let's
करें.
do a map because then it could be easier to save it to JSON.
Okay then. Okay. Map से start करें. Okay.
So a lot of times, usually in Go, maps is like a very nice option to go with if you want to just store unique stuff.
ठीक है. So how to initialize a map, man? Map
So
keyword is.
So to dos will basically be a map, right? The way we write is we'll just write map without the square brackets.
Okay. Map
We write map. Then what is a map basically? We have a particular
value.
key and a value, right?
Ah.
So inside the square, so we'll write map and we'll open square brackets, and over inside the square brackets, we'll basically write the data type of the key. So in this
Hmm.
case, we can keep it int, we can keep it string. I think it's better to keep int because then it'll match with the ID. And then this points to a to do.
Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
got it, got it.
Okay. So that's done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create methods on
Hmm.
these particular structs. So Go doesn't have classes as a concept because usually methods we hear in OOP, where basically all the word method comes under classes, right? One class will give an object, and that object will have certain number of classes. Certain number of methods. Now in Go, what we do is methods operate directly on the structs that we define, right?
Okay,
So the
yeah,
way we write a method is, let's create a simple add, what do you say, add or whatever, create to do, whatever method that you want to call it, which will basically create a to do and put it inside the carrier to do's map that's there.
okay. So create to do. Uh,
So now
hmm.
that we have this function, we're going to convert this into a method. So the syntax for that is we're going to write func, and then after that we're going to put a space, and then we're going to put two parentheses, like normal, basically open parentheses and close parentheses, and then create to do perfect. So now inside the parentheses we're going to write C space. Now here two concepts come in play. This is where pass by value and pass by reference takes over. Where if you want to create a pointer and then operate operations on that struct pointer that's there. So then over here we'll point it to the pointer basically. So we'll create star and carrier.
Carrier.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now if you do not want to operate on pointer, you want to just operate it based on the value, then we can remove the star that's there.
Oh, but let's go with pointers. Let's see. Let's
Okay.
do that.
So the thing is, Go makes it very easy to use pointers because you don't have to do the hard work. Once you mentioned that it's a pass by reference value that's there, then Go internally handles all the pointer referencing that's there. You just have to write the syntax for it, right?
Okay.
So if you do c.todos, Go automatically on its end will be like, okay, it's a pointer that is pointing to the carrier struct, and in this carrier struct we have this to-dos map.
Okay. Damn.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay.
So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to append to the map. But before that, we'll first check if that particular to-do exists or not, or like the particular ID for that to-do exists or not.
Hmm. I
Right.
guess I have to accept some argument here.
So if you want to accept an argument, we'll basically, perfect. Inside the
Just
create to-do thing, we'll put, yeah, title. If you want to keep a unique title, this is what we can do.
okay. Yeah. Description. Oh, we also add a ID. Let us give it an ID also.
Hmm.
Description will be a string. Now we will check if I guess ID. Okay, how would I check? It's e dot todos dot
Now to-dos is a
todos
map. Hmm.
to-do of ID is not empty. Not
So
equal
if you're
to nil.
doing no. So if you're doing to-dos, and we're accessing some particular ID, it's basically going to give us c.todos.id, right? Map. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So if this is not nil, basically that to-do exists, right?
Yeah.
So we'll throw an error saying that this to-do already or this particular ID already exists. Try another one. So for that, we're going to use something called log.
Oh, we have a
So
log.
format is there, but format is usually for normal printing and all. What log does, log is another standard library tool that Go gives it from their end, which is basic acting like a inbuilt logger that's there. So what a logger does is it gives you more information about whatever you're printing. Basically, it might be the date, might be the particular error that's there. So over here we'll put a fatal F,
Okay.
capital
Fatal
F.
F. Okay.
Capital F, and then basically we're going to format write it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to tell them that listen, this ID already exists, please try again. And what fatal F will do is it will basically see if क्या कहते हैं, the particular to do exists on that particular ID, then it will shut down the program after printing this message. ID already exists.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm. Okay. Now basically we've checked this. Now after this we're going to basically add our to do with some particular ID to that to do's map that's there.
अब ऐड करना है आपको. Got it.
So now the way we'll do this is to use the same, um, not use the same, but the way we do it with the map is basically we give it the specific ID, we basically assign it, right? So it'll be like c dot to do's with that particular ID is equal to make a to do struct and then assign it to that particular ID in the map that's there.
Mm-hmm. So how would I do that?
So we'll do c dot to do's is equal to
Okay, we have c dot to do's is equal to
so c dot to do's that particular ID.
c dot to do's and the particular ID. We'll creating an ID. Okay.
So we're basically assigning that because this does not exist, after we've checked that this does not exist, to that particular ID, we will assign a to-do struct which will contain all those details. So over here, you don't have to use the beaver operator.
Oh, we don't have.
Because it's not a new function that we're assigning, right? Or a new variable that we're making.
Okay.
So we're going to do to-do, and then over here, we're going to use the curly braces.
Curly braces like this.
Can
we
now
pass
over
in
here, so you'll have to write ID colon, it doesn't have that JavaScript feature.
Oh, damn. Okay. So I guess I have to write everything.
So for now, basically, we'll create a program where it stores it temporarily. And once we've done that, we've seen that all the methods work. What we'll then do is we'll add the database part, which basically instead of doing this c.todos.id, we can directly save it to the database.
Okay, but I guess something problematic over here.
What does it say?
Invalid operation. Wait, I have a cool thing for this. Yeah, this is what it says.
Invalid operation c.todos not nil, mismatch types to do and untyped nil. Okay, c.todos of IDs not nil. Oh, we would put ID already exists, huh? Okay, should work. This was not there before, no?
I just saved the file, so it can.
Acha, okay. Okay, we'll check this later. But basically, right now, whatever we're making, we'll so c.todos ID, to do struct is done. Now we'll basically print this.
Okay.
So over here we can put an FMT print. What's there?
Let's go there. Format print. Created a new to do with. So I can give a percentage I or what do I say? D.
If you're using percentage or format placeholders, then we would use printf.
Got it. So percentage and then ID. Just I would say like this one.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now a fun fact about this is that the way Go makes something public or private is check if the first letter is uppercase or lowercase.
Okay.
Okay, so to see an example of this, what we'll do is we'll go to the main file that's there. Over there, we'll try to create a carrier struct that's there, initialize a new carrier struct. And over there, we'll basically try and operate this create to do method on that particular struct that we're creating, that instance that we're creating.
Okay. So I have two windows now. So let me context switch between them. I have to create a new thing here, instantiate a new carrier, I guess. Okay, how would I do that? I have to import this, right?
So you don't have to import it. Let the LSP do that. On our end, what we'll do is we'll make a new carrier by say we'll create a new variable called whatever you want to call it, carrier or what. So we'll create that and we'll say functions.carrier and then assign a empty map to that.
Carrier is equal to.
Over here, we'll use the beaver operator.
Functions
Dot. No.
And then to do.
No. We'll have like a functions dot carrier type struct available.
Okay. How would I import? Can you tell me? Import from here only.
You would write the module name slash internal slash functions.
In the import file only.
Hmm. So over here you can put the FMT in the next line.
Okay. Something in the next line, and then
So now over here, huh. So over here you would basically do the module name that you initialized. No, not like that. You have to do the whole github.com slash pset
oh,
slash
github.com/usage/pli tour info slash
internal
functions.
functions. That's it.
Okay, okay. Now I guess I have this
Now you should
function
have a yeah. There you go.
carrier dot.
Now, so we'll create a struct, right? So we'll basically use those curly braces.
Oh yeah. What do I have? Okay. So just that's it. I'm just instantiating.
So over here we'll instantiate the particular map also.
Okay. So in this I have to instantiate a map or what?
So we'll basically write to dos colon and then we'll make an empty map.
To do dot
Map of int to functions dot to do.
yeah. Just ignoring this. This is to do's. So it will be fine.
Functions dot to do, and after that we'll initialize it by using curly braces.
This is fine or what?
No, to do this is fine. After to do at the end, we'll open a curly braces.
Oh, here, the end.
So that's basically initializing an empty map.
This normal.
Hmm.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do is we're trying to basically going to check the create to do method. So if you see on our carrier, we won't have a carrier.create to do method available in main file.
Yeah, in the main file, we don't have the create to do method.
So like the LSP will also not give it to you.
Yeah.
So
once check the private chat. I have 70 something. One second.
पक्का
या सही है
अच्छा ठीक है मतलब जो भी कंफर्टेबल है
हाँ
ठीक है अब बेसिकली जो क्रिएट टू डू का हमारा मेथड है वो हमारा पब्लिक नहीं है तो मेन डॉट गो हमारे फाइल में दिखेगा ही नहीं
ओके
हाँ ये लास्ट में कॉमा डालना जरूरी होता है यूजुअली
ओके समझिए तो अभी हम लोग को पब्लिक कैसे करना है
तो पब्लिक के लिए क्या कहते हैं फंक्शंस वाले फाइल में जाके वो जो क्रिएट टू डू का फंक्शन है इसमें सी कैपिटल कर देंगे
यहाँ पे
नहीं जो क्रिएट टू डू का है
क्रिएट टू डू यहाँ पे जाके इसको
कैपिटल सी अब क्योंकि हमने इसको कैपिटल सी कर दिया तो ये हमारे लिए पब्लिक बन जाएगा तो जो पब्लिक प्राइवेट का कीवर्ड है जो बाकी लैंग्वेजेस में होता है गो में ये नहीं है गो में है कि जो हमारे स्ट्रक्ट्स या मेथड्स होते हैं वो हमारे फर्स्ट जो लेटर होते हैं उस चीज के वो अगर कैपिटल है तो पब्लिक है अगर स्मॉल केस है तो प्राइवेट है
डैम ओके गॉट इट सही है
तो अब इसमें देखिएगा तो कैरियर डॉट क्रिएट टू डू एक तेरे को मेथड मिल जाएगा
ओह नाउ आई कैन पास इन एनीथिंग
तो 0 कॉमा जो भी अभी मतलब मैन्युअली ट्राई करता है
would I run this? Let me go to /temp.
एक सेकंड कुछ बीच में एरर दिखा रहा था पीछे
this one
cannot refer to unexpected field to do in struct literal unexported field cannot refer to unexported field to do in struct literal of type oh अच्छा okay we'll basically make the to do's field public so you'll go back to functions file
sorry
हम्म, फंक्शंस
Oh,
फाइल में मेक द टू डूज का टी कैपिटल in the carrier struct.
this one.
We'll have to do it here also, but in the carrier struct also, when we're declaring the field, over there also we need a capital T.
Oh, this
Line
one.
19. Huh. So because now we're making this a capital T, this field will become public. So then that's what it's saying is an unexported member. So now we're exporting this particular field so that we can initialize it from the main.go file.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh, hmm. Insert to do. This
Now
invalid
this
operation को ignore
this will
करते हैं.
throw an error. For now, we'll go with the error and see what the error is. But basically, to do में अब इसको capital T कर दो.
Okay.
Now
Oh,
error's gone. It will throw an error from the functions file, but now main file में we've got all this.
अच्छा समझा समझा. ठीक है.
तो चाहो तो इसको एक बार रन करके देख लो.
Okay. Yeah. So ls internal. Okay. So go build कर दो क्या?
हाँ, कुछ भी चलेगा.
Invalid operation mismatch to do. But let me run the code.
ऐसा नहीं, it still won't do it.
Oh, mismatch type.
See, let's figure out what the error is now.
Okay, okay. This one is the error.
Okay, so hover over the to-dos ID thing.
Just one second. How do I redo? NeoVim?
You. Or redo or undo?
Redo.
Redo, I don't know. Just you'll have to do capital T.
Okay, sorry. I will just.
I don't usually make these rookie mistakes.
Okay, boy.
ठीक है. अब बेसिकली VS कोड में से हवर करके वो एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन देता है ना. टू डूज जो हमारे सी डॉट टू डूज है उसके ऊपर हवर करके उसका फंक्शनैलिटी डाले के.
इतना ज्यादा कॉन्फ़िगर नहीं किया लगता है मैंने. रुको, इसमें आई थिंक होता है. देखो, नहीं, ये सब बकवास है क्या?
नहीं, कैपिटल के एक बार रन कर दे उस पे.
कैपिटल के
मैप ऑफ इंट टू टू डू. ठीक है. इनवैलिड ऑपरेशन मिसमैच टाइप्स टू डू कैन बी. ओ अच्छा. सो बेसिकली वी आर सेइंग कि जो टू डू है ऑप्शन, जो बेसिकली द टू डू मैप दैट्स देयर, इट्स गोइंग फ्रॉम एन इंट टू a to do struct, right? So it's basically saying that nil is not equal to do struct.
So how
So
actually
over here, what we'll do is, what can we do? Let's think.
the ID where it is storing. Carrier is just a struct, right? I did not actually.
What if we do the inverse? What if we check if it is nil, means it doesn't exist. If it doesn't exist, then we'll create the thing. Otherwise, we'll return from there. So instead of not is equal to nil, we'll check if it is nil.
Oh, got it. If it were equal to nil, then we can just do this. Or else we can just ignore the operation.
Now wait, what is it saying now?
Invalid operation mismatch.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to let it fail. This is how I program basically. If I face an error and I don't understand on the first go, I will print out what's giving the error. So basically over here, before we even do the if check, on top we'll basically check what is the value of c.todos id. So we'll fmt.print c.todos id.
Okay, so before here reaching here, we can go and type format println and then what would you print? You print
c.todos id
of id. It's fine. And
okay, now if this is throwing an error, then we can basically comment it.
Okay.
So the if condition, if it is throw an error now, we'll comment it out. Has giving an error, we'll comment it and see what is the value of c.todos.
Okay, so if the thread panics, So this,
Hmm.
why did this get printed? Okay, we have to check this, right?
Hmm.
Sorry.
We're debugging basically, console
Acha.
logging, but in Go.
Yeah, the JS brain can't comprehend this. Yay. Main dot log imported
Okay,
not
yeah.
used.
Basically, you
Uh,
can comment that we'll have to use it later only.
where is the log one?
Import ऊपर ऊपर.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Zero and dot.
So we have empty there. Probably it means an empty struct.
Empty struct.
So what can we do?
Empty struct.
We can check it against an empty struct maybe also. So if you want, basically, instead of putting nil, no, but that doesn't make sense now.
Like
Oh, okay. This is what we're going to do. Instead of pointing it to a to do, we're going to point it to a to do pointer.
oh,
Now, if the
so
value doesn't exist, it'll be nil either way because then that means it's pointing to a void value, right? So in ऊपर जो carrier वाला struct है, उसमें from map to map of int to do, we're going to do map of int to pointer of to do. Okay. Now over here, you don't have to put the star C there.
oh
Okay.
man,
Hmm.
genius! You're indigenous.
It is called pain and suffering.
Oh,
Huh.
so,
So this is also helping with error solving with Go. In case you face any errors which you're not familiar with, this is how I approach it. I see what's the value that's giving me the error. I see that this is
लेकिन
the thing.
मेरे
Then,
को समझ नहीं आया like ये काम कैसे किया? What did we do
अच्छा,
exactly?
ठीक है. So पहले हम क्या कर रहे थे? Map of int to do, हम to do की वैल्यू पे जा रहे थे, राइट? तो हम
हाँ right.
एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे या फिर Go का जो कंपाइलर वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था कि to do की एक स्ट्रक्ट उधर रहे हमेशा,
अच्छा हाँ.
ठीक है. बट अब हमने ये जो चेंज करा, हम बेसिकली चेक करें कि मेमोरी से हम एक टू डू का स्ट्रक्ट बनाएंगे, ठीक है. अब अगर उस आईडी के साथ कोई पर्टिकुलर ऐसा टू डू एग्जिस्ट करता है तो मतलब सब तो मतलब प्रॉब्लम देना है कि मतलब ये आईडी के साथ ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है तो ये ऑपरेशन मत करो, लाइक इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल लॉक करके कि ये आईडी ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट एंड निकल जाओ प्रोग्राम से, ठीक है. बट अब क्योंकि हमने पॉइंटर ऑफ टू डू करा है, हम बेसिकली क्या करें कि अगर वो टू डू एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता तो हम पॉइंट किसको कर रहे हैं?
Nil.
एग्जैक्टली. तो नल पॉइंटर या आई डोंट, शायद इसमें नल पॉइंटर भी हो जाएगा टेक्निकली
Like
कि नल को पॉइंट करें ना.
so okay, nil is valid to a pointer only, not to a value because it doesn't know that the type doesn't match. So that's why you were saying that it's
हाँ.
better to use pointer. Got it. Now I understand.
तो nil भी टेक्निकली वैल्यू ही हो जाता है बट इट रिप्रेजेंट्स नथिंग इन सम इन कंप्यूटर साइंस,
Yes, yes, yes.
right?
So
So now we can do the same thing if not nil. Perfect. So
now
over
here,
here now, हाँ, now what is this error? एक बार उसको zoom कर दो. Cannot use to do value of type to do as pointer to
yeah,
to do value. So instead of manually making a to do value, we're going to give it the pointer to that to do. The way we do that, जैसे मतलब जो हमारा ampersand operator होता है which gives the address, नहीं, so we'll keep it before to do.
oh sorry, not here. Here.
हाँ, perfect. Error is
Fantastic.
gone. Boom.
बधाइयाँ हो लड्डू बाट. Go and main dot. What the hell?
Cannot use map in function to, हाँ, okay, ठीक है. main dot go में हमने to do के साथ करा था.
Here.
उसमें पॉइंटर कर दो.
And add कर दो इसको कि ये कर दो.
नहीं, टू डू से पहले हम वो पॉइंटर वो स्टार डाल देंगे या फिर एक फंक्शन से पहले भी डाल सकते हैं. नहीं, तो ये तो पॉइंटर टू मैप हो जाएगा ना. नहीं तो एक सेकंड, वो टू डू से पहले वाला स्टार हटा दे.
Okay.
और फंक्शन से पहले स्टार डाल दो. आई थिंक फंक्शन से पहले सही लॉजिक है.
इधर.
अब रन करके देखते हैं.
हेकर है भाई, हेकर. तालिया भाई, लाइक मार दो यार एकदम स्ट्रीम को. देखो भाई इतनी ज्यादा मस्त डिबगिंग स्किल कोई
हम्म
कैसे बताएगा बताओ।
वैसे तो उसमें
Debug-
ज्यादा टाइम चला गया, बट ठीक है।
yeah, but yeah, it's good to learn. No problem.
सीख रहा है ना, लेकिन समझ में
Yes,
आया
we.
ना।
Yeah.
वो ठीक है,
Got it.
टाइम का तो ठीक है, समझ में आया कि नहीं अब, मतलब धीरे
Yes,
धीरे इंस्टिंक्ट धीरे धीरे जनरेट हो रहा है कि नहीं।
yes.
क्योंकि सीखते हम एरर से ही है। सक्सेसफुल प्रोग्राम डजंट टीच यू एनीथिंग।
Yeah.
फिलोसफी।
Well, loss of
ठीक
a
है।
gen. Loss of a gen.
हम्म, ठीक है। नाउ व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज वी विल ट्राई टू मेक दिस डायनामिक। अभी तो वी हैव हार्ड कोडेड दिस, बट नाउ विद हेल्प ऑफ वन सब कमांड, तो आज के लिए आई थिंक ऐड का टेम्परेरी कर देंगे। आगे जाके हम बेसिकली इसको वो कर देंगे, क्या कहते हैं।
हम लोग ऑफलाइन इसमें ऐड कर देंगे नेक्स्ट वीक के लिए। ऑफलाइन वी विल
हम्म,
ऐड subtract and everything, but today we will discuss at least how to add a sub command using तो ऐड का सब कमांड कैसे ऐड करना।
ठीक है। तो उसके
What
लिए
is it?
बेसिकली क्या करते हैं, गो अपने end से एक फ्लैग का मेरे को देता है, राइट। फ्लैग का एक लाइब्रेरी देता है, जो बेसिकली हम उसको कैसे डिक्लेयर करने वाले हैं कि इंपोर्ट फ्लैग कर दो पहले तो।
Flag. Right.
हम्म
Yeah boy. Got it.
नाउ अब डिपेंडिंग ऑन कि तुम्हें कैसे करना है, तुम या तो आर्ग्यूमेंट्स के लिए फ्लैग डिक्लेयर कर सकते हो या फिर सब कमांड्स के लिए फ्लैग्स डिक्लेयर कर सकते हो। तो क्योंकि हम सब कमांड्स कर रहे हैं, हम इसमें करेंगे कि इसमें ये लिखो, ऐड कमांड वीवर ऑपरेटर इज इक्वल टू फ्लैग डॉट न्यू फ्लैग सेट।
Flag equals to
नहीं, जो सब कमांड हम बनाना चाहते हैं, तो ऐड कमांड ऐसे करके, या फिर ऐड सब सीएमडी जो भी करना। तो ऐड कमांड इज इक्वल टू फ्लैग
flag.
डॉट न्यू फ्लैग सेट करके एक होगा।
Yes.
अब पता कैसे चलेगा कि कौन सा मेथड कब यूज करना है? प्रैक्टिस, सिंपल।
Got it.
डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स, डिफरेंट अप्रोचेस, डिफरेंट मेथड्स, सिंपल। ठीक है। अब बेसिकली इसमें देख लो कि अब मतलब अगर बिना गूगल करे कभी ट्राई करना है, तो बेसिकली जो न्यू फ्लैग सेट है वो कौन से आर्ग्यूमेंट्स ले रहा है वो चेक करता है। नेम स्ट्रिंग हो गया, एरर हैंडलिंग हो गया, और रिटर्न कुछ कर रहा है। तो अभी के लिए तो फ्लैग डॉट एग्जिट ऑन एरर हमारा सेकंड पैरामीटर हो जाएगा।
Flag on exit error. Okay.
फ्लैग डॉट एग्जिट ऑन एरर बेसिकली जो एरर हैंडलिंग वाला ये क्या कहते हैं, वो पैरामीटर है, वो हम इसको दे देंगे एग्जिट ऑन एरर कैपिटल ई के साथ।
Flag. Oh, सिर्फ exit on error.
नहीं, फ्लैग डॉट एग्जिट ऑन एरर करके एक होगा।
Flag dot exit on error.
एग्जिट ओ का कैपिटल हो जाएगा। ठीक है, इसमें नहीं दे रहा वो तो फिर भी ठीक है।
सिर्फ एरर लिख दो क्या?
नहीं, वो पर्टिकुलर टाइप हमें उस लाइब्रेरी से मिल रहा है।
कौन से एरर पे हमको ये ऐड कमांड को एग्जिट करना है, वही है ना इसका?
तो ये बेसिकली अपने एंड से वो हैंडल करेगा। हमें लिखना है फ्लैग डॉट एग्जिट ऑन एरर, जो हमारे नॉर्मल जावास्क्रिप्ट में जैसे हम लिखते हैं नए वर्ड जब स्टार्ट होता है, तो वो ई एक एक्स्ट्रा ई एग्जिट वन एरर नहीं, एग्जिट ऑन एरर।
ये सही है ना? ये ऐसे
हाँ,
होना
हाँ,
चाहिए।
हाँ।
ठीक है। इसका
गलत
नाम
हुआ
देना
तो हम फिगर आउट। हाँ, अब इसका नाम बेसिकली ऐड करके कर दे। तो हम नाम इसलिए क्या दे रहे हैं कि जब हम CLI में लिखेंगे गो डू ऐड करके, तो ये ऐड वाला जो नाम है ये इधर से आ रहा है।
ओ डॉट स्लैश मेन एंड देन ऐसा करके।
ठीक है।
ओह माय गॉड, गॉट इट, अब समझ में आया, समझा।
तो अब हम क्या करेंगे, हम करेंगे कि अगर कोई कमांड दिया ही नहीं है, कोई सब कमांड दिया ही नहीं है, तो अभी के लिए बोलेंगे कि मतलब एरर थ्रो कर देंगे। बट बाद में यूजुअली CLI टूल्स में क्या होता है कि जैसे अगर हमने सिर्फ गो डू लिखा, ठीक है, तो पूरा हेल्प का वो प्रिंट मैनुअल कर देते हैं ना, क्या कहते हैं, डॉग से कुछ प्रिंट कर देते हैं, या फिर एक गाइड प्रिंट कर देते हैं कि दीज आर द सब कमांड्स करके। तो हम वैसा बाद में करेंगे। अभी के लिए सिंपल हम लिखेंगे इफ
ओके,
इफ हमारा जो लेंथ ऑफ os.args है, मतलब ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम से आर्ग्यूमेंट्स हम ले रहे हैं, क्योंकि जब हम वो कमांड लिख रहे हैं तो बेसिकली हम जैसे C++ जावा में भी हम आर्ग्यूमेंट से लेते हैं ना, जो हमारे किसी स्टैंडर्ड आउट से होता है, सॉरी स्टैंडर्ड इन से होता है। आर्ट्स का ए कैपिटल। अगर ये लेस देन 2 है, तो हम बोलेंगे कि भाई अभी के लिए चाहे तो एरर फेंक दो, या चाहे तो बोल दो कि ऐड यूज सब कमांड या कुछ।
मतलब फेटल यूज करूंगा भाई, आज ही सीखा है, आज ही इंप्लीमेंट करूंगा।
ठीक है। तो फेटल, हाँ ठीक है, यूज सब कमांड करके।
नॉट इनफ आर्क्स की यूज सब।
कुछ भी चलेगा, एज एन एरर का, तो इसको तो हम बाद में हटा के हम वो हेल्प पैनल के साथ हम चेंज कर देंगे।
अच्छा अच्छा, ओके। डिक्लेयर नॉट यूज, नहीं। अभी हमको यूज करना है इसको, तो अब कैसे यूज करें इसको?
तो अब हम इसको करेंगे, एक इसका तरीका होता है एड कमांड डॉट पार्स।
कमांड डॉट पार्स, ओके।
ठीक है, पार्स हम
आर्गुमेंट।
क्या करेंगे, जो ओएस के जो आर्ग्स है हमारे सेकेंड आर्ग्यूमेंट के बाद जो भी हमारा आएगा, तो हम इसको बेसिकली, मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, इसमें लिख ओएस डॉट आर्ग्स
हम्म।
स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट 2 और फिर कोलन, 2 के
ओ
बाद
समझ,
कोलन।
टू के बाद जो भी आएगा उसको पार्स करना है ना अभी, और इसको एक वेरिएबल में स्टोर
परफेक्ट।
करना है।
नहीं, इसकी जरूरत नहीं है। तो
जरूरत
यूजुअली
नहीं।
क्या होता है कि अगर हम सब कमांड यूज कर रहे होते हैं, तो सॉरी, अगर हम नॉर्मल कमांड यूज कर रहे होते हैं तो हम सीधा फ्लैग का जो हमारा ये स्टैंडर्ड लाइब्रेरी है, उसमें लास्ट में हम एक फ्लैग डॉट पार्स लिख देते हैं कि बेसिकली जो भी मैंने फ्लैग्स डिक्लेयर करे हैं, जो भी मैंने अपने कमांड्स डिक्लेयर करे हैं, उसको ऐसे पार्स कर दो। तो इसमें करने की जरूरत नहीं, क्योंकि हम सब कमांड्स के साथ कर रहे हैं। तो इनफैक्ट
ओके।
अगर उस पर हवर करेगा तो उसमें वन कर से दिखा देना, वन से जो भी एंड
हाँ
ऑफ
हाँ।
द। तो यही लॉजिक है कि अगर हम मेन कमांड यूज कर रहे हैं और उसमें हम बेसिकली फ्लैग्स डिक्लेयर कर रहे हैं या आर्ग्यूमेंट जो हम पास करते हैं, कि उनको पार्ट्स कर दो अपने एंड से। बट अगर हम सब कमांड यूज कर रहे हैं तो हम उसमें मैन्युअली थोड़ा करेंगे, जिसमें बेसिकली गो डू एड तो हो गया हमारा, बट उसके बाद जो हम चीज लिख रहे हैं उसको पार्स करना है।
हम्म।
ठीक है, अब ये हो
हम्म।
गया। अब इसके बाद बेसिकली हम एक लॉजिक डाल देंगे जो हमारा कैरियर डॉट क्रिएट टू डू का है। तो अभी
ओके।
अगर हम ऐड का करेंगे, फिर बाद में जाके हम एक स्विच केस डाल देंगे जिसमें हम चेक करेंगे कि कौन सा सब कमांड हमारे यूजर ने दिया है, ऐड,
हाँ।
रिमूव, ऐसे करके, व्यू करके। उसके बेसिस पे हम बेसिकली जो पर्टिकुलर चीज हम पार्स करेंगे और उसके बाद जो हमारा ऑपरेशन है हम वो करेंगे।
ओके। अभी एक बात बताओ, ये हमने पार्स तो कर दिया, लेकिन
ये बस बेसिकली वो सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए हमने पार्स कर दिया, ये इसको लाइन को बेसिकली एक बॉयलर प्लेट की तरह मान लिया।
अच्छा
ये
ओके।
बस है क्योंकि एग्जिस्ट करना है।
ठीक है, अभी के लिए ऐसा सोचते हैं।
ठीक है।
तो अब
अभी
इसने पास कर दिया, सो आई गेस वी कैन डू कैरियर डॉट एंड डू समथिंग।
हम्म
तो ओके,
तो
कैरियर।
इससे क्या करते हैं, एक जो हमारा कैरियर क्रिएट टू डू वाली चीज है, हम उसमें एक चीज को वो कर देंगे ऑटोमेट अभी के लिए, चाहे तो उसके बाद हम फिर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स वैसे दे सकते हैं। बट अभी के लिए हम बेसिकली नेम जो क्या कहते हैं टाइटल है टू डू का, वो हम ऑटोमेट कर देंगे। तो इसमें 0, os डॉट आर्ग्स। अब मेरे को बता कौन सा आर्ग्यूमेंट होगा बेस्ड ऑन हमने जो अभी तक लॉजिक लिखा है।
देखो, डॉट स्लैश मेन जब होगा,
हम्म
वो तो होगा फाइल जो एग्जीक्यूटेबल है उसका नाम।
ठीक है।
उसके बाद लेंथ टू किससे ज्यादा होनी चाहिए, तो उसके बाद होगा मे बी डू करके, DO।
डू का
नहीं,
सारा।
डू थोड़ी होगा, नहीं क्रिएट होना चाहिए ना अभी, तो मे बी आर्ग्यूमेंट नंबर 3 और 2।
हाँ ठीक है, बट उसको वैल्यू में क्या लिखेंगे?
वही ऐसे, अगर आर्क्स ऑफ टू, यहाँ पे आर्क्स ऑफ 3।
ठीक है, 2 क्योंकि बेसिकली क्या हो रहा है, हम करेंगे गो डू एड हमारा टाइटल। ठीक है, तो मेरे 3 एलिमेंट्स हो गए। तो गो डू हमारे या फिर डॉट स्लैश मेन या जो हमारा एग्जीक्यूटेबल है जो हमारा बेसिकली रन कर रहा है गो का कंपाइलर, उसका हम कर रहे हैं। ऐड हमारा सब कमांड हो गया, तो 0, 1 और फिर सेकंड जो या फिर थर्ड जो टेक्निकली इंडेक्स 2 जो हमारा पोजीशन है वो होगा हमारा एक्चुअल टाइटल। तो
तो ये जो था, इसको लिख सकते, इसको लिख दूं क्या मैं?
इसको इनफैक्ट करना है तो हम पूरा एक बार में ऑटोमेट भी कर सकते हैं कि os डॉट आर्स हम बेसिकली आईडी देंगे, फिर हम टाइटल देंगे, फिर हम डिस्क्रिप्शन देंगे।
लाइक ऐसा कर सकते हैं क्या, जैसे अभी मैंने किया, जैसे आपने जैसे बोला चेंज करने के लिए, जैसे आर्क्स करके मैंने सीधा यहाँ से कर दिया, और मैं पार्स भी 1 से करता हूँ। इज इट फाइन?
बट 1 का प्रॉब्लम क्या हो जाएगा कि os डॉट आर्स 1 जब हम कर रहे हैं वो हमारा ऐड वाला जो सब कमांड है वो दे रहा है।
ओके ओके, गॉट इट, नाउ आई गॉट इट।
और इनफैक्ट अगर हम स्टैंडर्ड इन से सारी चीजें ले रहे हैं तो एक हमें बस ध्यान रखना होगा कि जो हमारा इंटीजर है क्रिएट टू डू में जो आईडी हमारा इंटीजर है, राइट, तो हम उसको बाद में स्ट्रिंग से इंटीजर भी कन्वर्ट कर देंगे। वो कैसे करेंगे? जो लास्ट टाइम वो str कॉन वाला पैकेज था उसके हेल्प से।
ओके ओके, ताकि वैलिड स्ट्रिंग, मतलब वैलिड इंटीजर है कि नहीं पता लगाने के लिए ना, क्योंकि आर्गुमेंट हमेशा स्ट्रिंग में होता है।
हाँ, लेकिन ये हमें जो स्टैंडर्ड इन से हमें वैल्यूज मिल रहे हैं वो हमारे स्ट्रिंग में होंगे, जो डेटा टाइप होगा, तो हमें उसको स्टैंडर्ड इन से स्ट्रिंग में तो ले लिया, बट हम क्योंकि फंक्शन में इंटीजर दे रहे हैं तो हम उसको स्ट्रिंग से इंटीजर कन्वर्ट कर देंगे। तो उसके लिए
हाँ
जो str_con या फिर स्ट्रिंग कन्वर्जन जो भी पैकेज का जैसे भी प्रोनाउंस करना है, तो मैं इसको str_con बोलता हूँ। str_con का उसमें एक होता है .i2a या फिर a2i, आई थिंक a2i क्योंकि लास्ट में इंटीजर ना।
हाँ, एक
तो
सेकंड
अभी
में
के
चेक।
लिए हाँ हाँ
ओके ओके। सो या अभी के लिए हमने सिर्फ ये कर दिया है कि हमने जीरो करके इंडेक्स मतलब जीरो डाले कि हमको वी डोंट वांट डू अगेन कन्वर्जन। आर्क्स नंबर 2 वो होगा जो कि द द स्ट्रिंग व्हिच विल एक्चुअली गिव द टाइटल एंड आर्क्स 3 विल गिव द डिस्क्रिप्शन व्हेन आई एम एक्चुअली बिल्डिंग इट। ओके,
हम्म
आई गेस दिस वर्क एंड आई हैव टू मे बी
हम्म
प्रिंट आउट समथिंग।
तो चाहो तो हम उसमें ऑलरेडी जो क्रिएट टू डू है उसमें जो प्रिंट वाले स्टेटमेंट उसमें हम और चीज ऐड कर सकते हैं कि ये
ओके
आईडी है, ये टाइटल है और ये डिस्क्रिप्शन है।
ओके, लेट मी ट्राई दैट। fmt println and I the program
इधर काम नहीं करेगा
oh oh
क्योंकि ये तो मेन फाइल हो गया ना, और हम कैरियर टू डू जो हमारा मेथड है उससे हम कुछ रिटर्न भी नहीं कर रहे।
अरे हाँ हाँ okay.
हम्म तो बाद में अगर रिटर्न कराना होगा, जैसे हम डेटाबेस का जब हम पैकेज देखेंगे तो उसमें जो रिटर्न कराएंगे उसमें एक तरीका होता है रिटर्न कराने का कि जो भी हमने फंक्शन बनाया है या फिर मेथड बनाया है उसके एंड में और कर्ली ब्रेसेस से पहले हम उसका रिटर्न टाइप दे देंगे। और गो में एक चीज क्या है कि हम मल्टीपल वैल्यूज एक साथ रिटर्न कर सकते हैं।
हाँ ये तो सुना
वो
है
तो
मैंने।
आगे जाके देखेंगे, अभी के लिए मतलब इसमें क्या कहते हैं जो हमारा फंक्शन वाला पैकेज है उसमें हम एक्स्ट्रा वो टू डू ऐड कर देंगे, सॉरी मतलब फॉर्मेट कर देंगे कि ये टाइटल और ये डिस्क्रिप्शन चाहो
तो ओके अच्छा अच्छा समझा। अभी रन करके देखते हैं मैं भी
हम्म,
एक्चुअली आई थिंक
तो
वो
वो रन, हाँ,
अब
डॉट
इसमें आई
स्लैश
थिंक
में ऐड,
add and then nothing to given because zero will be taken, so I will give a oh I have to just give the name
हाँ
task 1
ये हमारा, हाँ, और डिस्क्रिप्शन
description 1।
अभी आई थिंक हाँ परफेक्ट। क्या है?
Ooh, no such
नो
file
सच, और गो बिल्ड मेन डॉट गो बेसिकली।
go build main.go। अच्छा वो उसने क्या ही बोल रहा है। नहीं ये जो CLI है उसको भी आई
वो
थिंक
हमारा बाइनरी अभी बना है, इंस्टेड ऑफ डॉट स्लैश मेन हमारा ये है, और ये भी कर सकते हैं।
description 1 ये ओ नील क्यों आया नो प्रॉब्लम।
वो क्योंकि हम पहले ही लॉग करा रहे हैं आईडी को ना।
अरे हाँ समझा। अब हमें करना है इसको राइट IO यूज करके व्हाट यू से।
डेटाबेस में
हाँ कैन वी डू दैट विद इन नेक्स्ट 10 मिनट्स।
10 मिनट्स पूरा तो नहीं हो पाएगा, बट हम स्टार्ट कर देते हैं।
ठीक है स्टार्ट कर देते हैं बाद में कंटिन्यू कर लेंगे। या
तो
फिर
बेसिकली जो
इसको बाद में रखें क्या अभी Q&A कर लें।
जो तेरे को कंफर्टेबल लगे।
ठीक है एक बार इसको डाइजेस्ट करते हैं उसके बाद हम IO
वैसे एक्चुअली काफी आज चीजें कवर हो गए पैकेजेस इन सब के साथ, तो मतलब अच्छा प्रोग्रेस था ये।
या मेरे को भी लगा कुछ दिमाग में गया। So guys, to recap what we have done a lot of things. First, we created a folder, a directory, which is CLI tool. And what we did was we created a Go mod file, which is obviously initializing a project. And then इसमें एक internal करके एक नया चीज सीखा for maintaining multiple folder structure, maintaining
Packages.
private methods and everything. So packages, sorry. So in here we have a database. अभी के लिए we didn't write anything in database, but if we go into functions, we see that there is a thing known as functions.go. And if I actually try to print what we have written, so we have just written a to-do struct because we will be writing a to-do app, and then a carrier which is actually carrying a to-do thing, which will have an integer which will point to a to-do structure. So then we created a to-do list which will actually be implemented on this carrier structure. This is how you do that. Because we don't have classes, we create methods, and then in that we write on which struct we are applying the method. So we just
Perfect.
reference that struct. And this is the function signature, create to do in to do, and it is not returning anything. So we have not written anything. Maybe void function. I was just printing this ID if देखने के लिए कि it is working or not, and here we occurred an error because this c.todos is a memory reference, so it can be actually compared with nil. That's
Before we were doing it pass by value, so it was basically showing an error that to do is not equal to nil, so you cannot match those types.
Yeah, that was really crazy, man. So next we actually created with reference to that to do with the particular ID, and then we just print that thing. How
Hmm.
we did was that in main.go we actually created a carrier function, and which has an to-dos thing initialized with a map and a reference to a function's to-do, instantiating it essentially. This is a little bit difficult for me to remember, but I'll try that on the go. I will understand this how it is being done.
So if it's
And
difficult for you, is case mein, so what we can do in the future is we can write a function which does this for us basically.
acha, okay,
So all this cleaning up code we can do future वाले उसमें.
okay. For now, what I understood was because carrier is a new variable, so we need a this rabbit operator, and
Hmm.
because we are importing functions, so it
Hmm.
has a carrier struct,
Hmm.
and that carrier struct has a to dos. Because
Hmm.
I saw that, let me show you here. This was having a to dos thing. Where is it? Yeah, this is to dos thing, and in that I was just actually creating a map and the functions dot to do.
So the way Go works is कि
This thing.
whatever structs and whatever methods that we have,
Yeah.
when we declare it and when we use it in another file or another package, we have to mention which package that particular method is coming from. So the way we do that is this: कि functions dot to do, where we're basically saying that in from the functions package we're using this particular struct, or from the functions package we're using this particular method on this particular struct.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So now we had an add command. We created an add command, which is a flag because we are trying to create sub commands. So
Hmm.
we need a flag
This
which
is the
has a
way
name.
we do it.
Yeah, this is the way we do that. A flag and a new flag set, which is the name of the flag. That means when we are giving a command line argument, we give the executable. After that, the actual thing that it should do. So that is the thing which will we give. So that's why
Hmm.
it is giving add, and some error handling. Like if we didn't give, then what should it do? It should just panic or exit. Now, if the arguments that we give during the CLI thing, if it is less than two, we will say that user sub command, so that user knows that there should be a sub command,
Hmm.
and then we will parse it, and then we will just carrier dot create to do. We have a function for it. So
Hmm.
that's what we did in this section, and okay, then let's conclude this session, and let's wait for some Q&A. We have six people on the live. Let me
Then
make us, yeah, six people on the live. We had a consistent viewership. If there are any
nice.
questions regarding anything regarding technology, Golang, full stack development, web, cloud, anything you have doubts regarding anything, please ask in the comment section below. We have Shobit who has like quite a good experience with tech since maybe 4 to 5 years. Like not like professionally
Fort में तो
1 2 years.
नहीं.
Yeah, but
हाँ.
still he can actually guide you through with anything. Please drop your doubts or
I have
whatever you
NeoVim and
have.
Arts bonus, so 45 extra sir.
Yeah, anything regarding DSA, not DSA maybe, but yeah, tech. Please ask him anything. You can ask me also. I'm a legendary HTML programmer with 10 years of experience. If you want, you can ask me also. But it was a good
HTML में
session.
H stands for Haskell, by the way.
Damn, Haskell. Only 22 people on the planet using Haskell. That's a legendary joke. Yeah, I guess no questions. Let's see. But
अब कल तक ये भूल भी जाएगा.
that's also true, man. No lies
Yeah.
detected. Yeah. Thank you, curious person. Be curious. Uh, got it. Six people, man. If you have any like something to say, please drop your comment below. We I'm conducting these live streams because learning stuff is it's good when you have someone else to tell like this is all going on. Like I was trying to learn Go since last 2 days, but yeah, today something went into my head. But yeah, I could understand today how we are actually importing stuff and doing stuff. Little bit tricky, but I guess the first few
First
days
try.
will be, yeah, first time. So maybe it will be like this only. But
So the
let's
more you
see.
stuff you make, you will start getting your own opinion on how to make things.
Yeah. For okay, if there are no more questions, we will conclude this. What we will do is, in the next session, we will actually try to write on the txt file or the JSON file. If
Hmm.
Shobit is free for the next session, which will be the concluding section, most probably. And what we will do is, we will offline we will implement the add to do, remove to do, and everything, because it will be the same similar thing what we have done today. We'll do that, and we will write to the .txt or the JSON format, anything. So thank you, Shobit sir, for again the second wonderful session where we had a good viewership. It was the highest watched on my channel with 115 views. Yeah, quite big for us. So thank you for
First one.
joining us. Yeah, the thing which we done with you, it has 115 views now.
Oh, nice. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Congratulations.
Okay, so thank you very much. So thank you guys for giving your Sunday time to us. Uh, peace out. Peace out.
Namaste.
Namaste, namaste.